A question for you. Do you have a logical, mathematical mind, or are you more the illogical, creative type? You may ask, why am I asking this? Well, in today's reading in the book of Revelation, John is trying to put into words the future coming of the New Jerusalem, the city of God. And this is how he describes it in Revelation chapter 21, beginning at verse 10. In spirit, he carried me to the top of a very high mountain and showed me the holy city of Jerusalem coming down out of heaven from God. It had the glory of God and glittered like a very precious jewel of crystal clear diamond. Its wall was of great height and had 12 gates. At the gates there were 12 angels, and over the gates were written 12 names, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the Israelites. On the east there were 3 gates, on the north 3 gates, on the south 3 gates, and on the west 3 gates. The city walls stood on 12 foundation stones, and on them the 12 names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. The angel speaking to me had a gold measuring rod to measure the city and its gates and its wall. The city is square, its length the same as its breadth. He goes on to describe those walls and foundation and gates of being made of the most beautiful, colourful, precious jewels and gems. And it is a magnificent vision, and I personally find it very pleasing. I love precision and symmetry that John sees and speaks of. To me, I almost envision this as a giant Rubik's Cube descending from the sky. But it is the measurement of the angles and the pleasing use of the multiple of 3 that somehow speaks to my soul. It is designed, thought through, logical, and fits all perfectly well together. And this is the creator, designer God, the draftsman at work. And yet this is not the whole story. God is also creative and often appears illogical. For instance, what is logical about coming down to earth in the human form of his Son, of being born in the mess and the dirt and the dark? And what is logical about being raised to life that seems to defy science as we know it? This paradox is one we find in ourselves and in how we meet with God in the different ways that he reveals himself to us. The wonderful Welsh priest-poet R.S. Thomas meditates on this in his poem Mediations. The logical, mathematical side of God is presented in his creation. But there is also the flaring, creative Spirit of God, aflame and on fire, blowing where it wills. And then the fragile, fleshy baby born on earth, to then be broken, being laid in the tomb. All these show the splendour and the glory and majesty of God. And here is R.S. Thomas's poem, Mediations. And to one God says, "Come to me by numbers and figures. See my beauty in the angles between the stars, in the equations of my kingdom. Bring your lenses to the worship of my dimensions, far out and far in. There is always more of me in proportion." And to another, "I am the bush burning at the centre of your existence. You must put your knowledge off and come to me with your mind bare." And to this one he says, because of your high stomach, the bleakness of your emotions. I will come to you in the simplest things. In the body of a man hung on a tall tree, you have converted to timber, and you shall not know me. Amen.